Who's that red guy at the beginning of the video? It's Bruce, pissed at the system. Hello? So, well, a square. That's what I've been finding, ladies and gents, on the surface. And that's what I'm going to try to show you as much as I can. Because right here, that hidden square and rectangle. Hi everyone, Bruce Swartz here from Montreal, Quebec. Thanks so much for taking the time to subscribe to my channel, for the interest, and taking the time to watch the videos. So the moon and the earth, one beside the other. We're going to talk in detail. On the right, you see the same image zoomed out, converted. So these two objects in the circle are not the same object. Someone will tell me, and lots of you do, that one of them is a shadow and one of them is not. Well, actually, one of them is on the ground, the dark object, and the white object is lifted up, hiding something, or, quite simply, lifted up. Hard to understand? We're going to talk about construction. I talked about all this area on the left, but aside from the, I hate to go that, but the area on the left, even though it's not as clear as these structures, which we know those squares are there, in particularly, those squares are something I find, and these lines. A very straight, thick, dark line on the right there. It doesn't look like much, right? Over to the right now, there's a square. Start adapting your eyes to see the square. There's a lot coming out of the image right in front of us right now. I'm in the Southern Highlands. I'm pretty close up. The same, it's converted. Now let's focus on this square, which is right beside the lines, the black lines on the left. There's a square there, an actual square or rectangle actually, coming out of the surface, or it's erected. I wanted to use that word, sorry. It's elevated, maybe, towering, an object on the surface. So I'm turning it around. We're looking at different ways. The crater is literally cut out on a corner and edge to have this other object. So in particularly, a bright reflective surface with a gray blurry surface side by side. I've noticed it in many areas. And again, in particularly square. Why? Is it hiding an entrance? Look in the center. You could see it. No, I'm not going to get a circle up on it. Find it. There's the arrow. You know I'm going to put it up anyways. It is hard to see, but I definitely see it very, very well. And listen to me. As much as you think it's not much, right? This is the way it has to be presented. I'm not making a movie. I'm showing you that there is a square that appears in the video. Why would it? If everything else is not out of focus and everything else, even though I am zoomed up, magnified digitally, even though we could see that square there, why would it be there? Why would a square be in the center coming out of a crater? Here it is in black and white. Ask yourself that. And just that I showed you is a lot. People don't realize it's a lot. But I was talking to someone in the community this afternoon. It's a lot seeing this stuff. This is sinus iridum. Never hit it. The promontorium right at the end of sinus iridum. Listen, over one another, the structuring. So many connections inside of the sinus iridum mountain near the Jura Mountains. That connection that I'm showing you right there, there are no two ways about it. So it's straight up proof. I could post this without saying absolutely anything about it. There's no filter here, by the way. This is with my 14-inch telescope, turning it around. Doesn't it like blow your bloody mind when you turn it around, seeing all those connections? Because it's not just connections. I'm very happy to say that these squares or structures, not all square, rectangle, like, you know, geometrically shaped objects have connections and lines and A lot of proof showing that these objects are heavy objects built on the surface with the parallax, and because we can see the optical illusion of some of the objects that look out of, distorted, and that is proving to us that it's on the surface. And two objects, when you're filming on Earth and you're filming the moon, even though they say it's moving and we don't see it moving, well, the thing is in science is that the parallax is causing us to see distortions. But look at that. Talk about a connection. Every block I'm showing you here, geometrical shape, is connected to that one line. If that's not enough proof for an archaeologist to want to become an astronaut and go to the moon, I don't know what it is. Here's another angle again, no filter. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh because it's just absolutely incredible. It's the best proof I've ever seen on the moon, actually. And listen, it's the best proof if you're a researcher. It's not the best proof if you want to see a Steven Spielberg movie. There's nothing clear there. Well, sorry, not too bad, but it's not the best image because it's not easy to combat the atmosphere that's there. Towering object that you're looking at right there, and these objects are going unnoticed because I keep saying the same thing. They have the same reflectivity as the surface. I'm simply using like a negative. But me, it's another thing. It's conversion. Instead of having the black and white, it's green and white or whatnot or whatever. There it is. And you see a square base on the surface. So some of these areas, I believe, could possibly be entrances. Think of it. They're talking about them being inside of Mars. Hey, Mashed, come on. What a joke. Nobody's replying to that. It's like saying, I'm growing dragons on Venus. Oh, no biggie. Yeah, come on, seriously. These are lights moving on the surface of the moon. Again, the atmosphere is being seen because the UFO is illuminating the surface, and it's also showing us the other objects that are around it. These may be just phenomenons, and I have no proof of what they are, but it's still on the surface of the moon, so it's unique as a research. Imagine if this is literally lights on the surface as you're looking at the Aristarchus plateau. At the back, you see it. Aristarchus is there, right there at the back, and look at the levels. That's what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you the surface. Like, we've never been to the moon. Imagine being able to see one area like this. It's incredible. So if you thought I was done with the square, I'm not. There's a rectangle coming out across another rectangle. There's two of them, a dark one and a blurry gray one. That's all I got for you. What do you want me to say? It's on the surface. It could be an entrance. But look over to the right. What are these objects? Lines that are going around the craters. Listen, they're building on the surface. And there's that square over to the right. They're absolutely building on the surface. And the only way I'm picking these up are by forcefully adjusting the exposure, putting green filters. They're not easy to see, but they're there. And the way I'm showing them are showing absolute proof that I'm capturing it with my telescope. Any professional will know that. Bianchini Crater. Has NASA ever once in our lives mentioned an area on the moon where there are over 1,000 boulders stuck side by side, jumbled up over the craters? We know there's no area like that was mentioned, but yet I can see it and show you that beside Bianchini Crater, even if I don't know what they are, we could still see all those jumbled up objects. Beside Copernicus, this is one of my favorites. So it looks like a giant object on the surface. Not everyone will see it. There's a line, Copernicus top left. There's a line going towards the crater. But what about the bright object and the dark object right there? What the hell is that? Right there. So the electricity went out last night. It's a new thing they're doing here in Canada while you're looking at a camouflage. Yep, a light source on the surface with lines connected to it. Those lights that are lit up on the surface have to be plugged in somewhere. Yeah, that's right. Unless it's a chemical reaction that we're looking at. I'm talking about in the center. where the lights are. There's something there. They're building something there. There's a power source there. Bianchini crater. That's right. In the center, you see all the jumbled up objects, and that's all I'm going to call them. But I'll tell you what. Let's play the other game. I'm going to say, look at all the jumbled up crap I found, all the debris on the surface of the moon. That's odd. Well, it is odd because NASA still didn't tell us about it. There's nowhere in any history at all in my history where NASA talks about jumbled up large boulders that are on a mountain, one beside the other with reflective tops. So basically, anyways, the smart ones know that they're not telling us the truth, and you're doing your own research. Lots of elements on the surface, different types of camouflage, dark structures, reflective structures, and gray structures. Did you think I was done showing you the square on the surface? Are you kidding me? We're going to go back. We're going to try everything we can to be able to see that square. I showed it in the past, but I don't think I got a lot of interest to it. Maybe I didn't show it well enough. You know, Bruce just keeps showing the same thing, right? Look how effing close we are in Copernicus, and look what I found. This in the sinus irida mountains, the Jura Mountains, not normal. Connections are there. They're recent. And why is there dirt over parts of the structures? Come on, y'all. They're mining up there. They're doing something definitely. Look at the energy source in the hole there. It's just, it's a real big farce when you think of it. But we're looking.
Party all night long. The aliens on the moon, they must be mighty. They're up there sitting down in that pontoon. They drop everybody off in their belly party. But they come and they come in here so soon. Yeah, aliens are up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.